phải đối diện với quan tòa. Con người sẽ dành thêm phần quan tâm cho những người già và trẻ nhỏ. Số phận nghèo khổ sẽ dần bỏ qua thằng nhóc bán vé số dễ dò. Nhưng cuộc đời qua giác mạc, không xăm xăm và cáp sạc, không thằng khốn buồn bực với những thằng nhóc bị quát nạt, không bao bắp để thác loạn, chỉ đi cà phê với các bạn và không lợi dụng lòng tin của những cô gái dẫn họ đi khách sạn. Bên trong thành phố tới 6 giờ chiều men, đường Sài Gòn từ đông đúc, có nhiều anh chạy mô tô chào theo em gầy mông múc, tranh thủ về nhà giặt đồ tắm rửa, ăn cơm có bà có má có gia đình đã làm một bữa ăn ngon. Ta yêu cuộc sống này nhiều, yêu thành phố về chiều, hoàng hôn buông xuống trên đường con phố và đó là 6 giờ chiều. Csgo hết cái lời đàn cụ từ qua, ngồi thành thuyên một buổi chiều ta cùng những người bạn hữu đường xa lá la. Đôi chân đi lang thang xung quanh phiêu du nơi quen quen, sao hôm nay ta thấy cảm giác cuộc sống thật yêu đời. Làm tách cà phê cùng thằng bạn mình ngồi xuống và chiêu chuyện ngày mai tính nhớ lại những ngày đó.
Welcome to Stuff You Should Know, a production of iHeartRadio.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark, and there's Charles W. Chuck Bryant, and Jerry's here, and this is Stuff You Should Know. The long-awaited Frank Lloyd Wright edition.
Sort of.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, you know, it's not a full biography, but it is definitely covers some of his, a very dark period of his life.
Oh, yeah. One of the darker periods that any artiste could have. And make no mistake, Frank Lloyd Wright was an artiste. He was an artiste of architecture.
Yeah. Have you ever, how many houses of his have you seen or buildings?
I've seen a bunch. I've been to Hollyhock in Los Angeles. I've been to a Usonian, I can't remember which one, in Washington by the, I can't remember what other historic house it's by. They moved it. I've been to, there's a Usonian in Alabama, Chuck, in Florence, Alabama, which is really neat. Been to Falling Water. Been to Taliesin West. I think that's it.
Yeah, I've been to a handful myself. I've been to one in Tulsa and a couple in L.A. Of course, the Guggenheim. I think we've both been there.
I have not. I have not.
Really?
Yeah.
All the times you've been to New York and all the museums, and you never step foot in the Guggenheim?
It's true. I've never been in the Guggenheim, sadly enough. I saw a movie where there's a shootout in the Guggenheim one.
I highly recommend going to the Guggenheim. It's great.
Okay. I thought it was George Costanza that designed the Guggenheim, not Frank Lloyd Wright.
That's right. He always wanted to be an architect.
That's right.
He's my favorite line for that episode is when he talks about the redesign plans of the Guggenheim, and they go, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, it really didn't even take that long."
That's right. Yeah, he's saying that he was the one who redesigned it.
Like, it's impressive that it was just a really quick job.
Right. Yeah, that's a classic. But we're not talking about the Guggenheim today, Chuck. We're not even talking about Hollyhock House. We're talking about specifically Taliesin, which is widely regarded as Frank Lloyd Wright's genuine bona fide masterpiece, like his greatest work ever. I think it's said that it's his autobiography written in wood and stone, that it's just him, and not just him in a specific time and place, but for like decades worth of work, his earliest work to his latest work, all showed up and appeared over time at Taliesin.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot there. It was his home. At times, it was his studio, a school, an 800-acre estate. Mm-hmm. This was family land. It was his favorite hill in Wisconsin, in the river valley there, where his Welsh grandparents originally homesteaded.
Yeah,
and so it was very personal to him. So he did things like make the roof so it doesn't leak water into the offices below, like some of his other properties.
Exactly. Yeah, he wasn't one to just move his desk, right?
Right.
So this particular house, and it still is. It's a huge, enormous house. I think it's 21,000 square feet. It's a classic example of what's called the prairie style, which is a style of architecture considered to be the first genuine American style of architecture that Frank Lloyd Wright founded back in the 1890s, maybe the late 1890s. And it takes its inspiration from the surrounding environment. It's meant to blend in with the environment, work with the environment rather than to dominate it. So there's a lot of horizontal lines, a lot of natural materials, a lot of woodworking, and Taliesin is very much in that style. I think it has 524 windows, which is a lot of windows. And it also has no gutters. There's a lot of cantilevered roofs, which kind of overhang pretty far. So there wasn't necessarily a need for gutters. But I read that Frank Lloyd Wright specifically didn't want gutters because he wanted icicles to form on the eaves of the roof so he could look out of those 524 windows in the Wisconsin winter and see all the icicles hanging.
Hey, do you like the prairie homes? That style?
Yeah, I do. My problem with Frank Lloyd Wright's